Hi, I'm Mark Elliott. I'm one of the co-founders of Ventrix Cellular Partners. This video is going to be some of my top sales interview questions for B2B sales reps. One of the questions I always ask in my sales interviews is, tell me about a sale you're particularly proud of. Let's start at the beginning and walk through to close. The reason I ask this is often tough to determine what role a salesperson actually played in that sale. Did they inherit it? Were they a bit part? Was it already on the tracks when they started? By walking through the specifics of the sales process and the win, it allows you to better understand the role they played. And I would also ask for a second example as well, because they may be well practiced in the first example. So the second example just gives you an opportunity to delve in a little farther into their capabilities and their experience. I also like to ask about sales loss. What's your biggest sales loss? In sales, it's not, if you win all the time, you're not engaging enough. So sales loss is a good opportunity for learning. So one of the things I'm looking at when they talk about a sales loss is they can identify why they didn't win. It looks for me from a perspective of, are they coachable? Are they introspective? Are they curious? So these are all attributes I look for, and talking about a sales loss can often drive those out versus talking about a sales win. One of the things I'm looking for in interviews is red flags. So one of the questions I like to ask for red flags is, tell me about what was the best thing about your last sales manager. Tell me about the thing you disliked the most about your last sales manager. Some of the answers can be very telling in terms of maybe there's something that the sales manager did that's part of being a good sales manager that the individual doesn't like. So that just gives you ability to look for red flags to put a hold on that hire. Another question I like to ask is, what would you like to be doing in 2 years? I used to ask, about a decade ago, what would you like to be doing in 5 years? But employees very rarely stay with the same organization more than 2 to 3 years. So I've changed it to say, what do you want to do in the next 2 years? What you're looking at just to make sure that the person wants to be in sales. It's okay if the person wants to be a sales leader or move from a business development role or a sales development role to an account executive. Those are all great paths. It's really to understand what they want to do. Again, sometimes you can look for red flags. They want to be in marketing, so maybe they're not a good fit for sales. So those are the things I'm looking for when I ask that question. One of the things I like to ask is the reps is what their experience is and how they like working with a CRM. I think a CRM is an absolute must today for a modern sales organization and sales professional, but you will still find sales reps that are not excited or don't like to use a CRM. And to me, this is a huge red flag. They don't need to love it, but they need to understand the necessity of using it, and they need to be diligent in using it. And setting that expectation right from the very start is really important for your sales hire.